Number 1. The 1961 Ford Fairlane. Sometimes, the best classic cars aren't the rarest or the most expensive. They're the honest survivors that have stood the test of time. That's exactly what this 1961 Ford Fairlane appears to be. Listed at $12,000, this Fairlane is powered by a 312 cubic inch Thunderbird V8, paired with a rebuilt 2-speed Ford-O-Matic automatic transmission. The 312 was one of Ford's most respected Y-block engines, known for its smooth performance and unmistakable V8 sound. According to the seller, this is originally a Georgia car, and that's important because Southern cars are often much better preserved than those that spent decades in harsh northern winters. In fact, the seller says the undercarriage is completely rust-free, with only a few small bubbles appearing on the doors. For a car that's more than 60 years old, that's impressive. The Fairlane retains its manual steering and manual brakes, so don't expect a modern driving experience. Instead, this is the kind of classic that lets you feel connected to the road, just as drivers did in the early 1960s. So, is it worth the asking price? In my opinion, yes. At $12,000, you're getting a solid, rust-free early 60s Ford with a desirable Thunderbird V8 and a rebuilt transmission. Finding clean, running classics at this price has become increasingly difficult, making this Fairlane an appealing option for someone looking to enter the hobby without spending a fortune. The 1961 Ford Fairlane may not receive the same attention as a Mustang or a Galaxy, but it represents an important chapter in Ford's history, and for the right buyer, it could be one of the best bargains on today's classic car market. Number 2. The 1968 Chevrolet Camaro Rally Sport Convertible. The 1968 Chevrolet Camaro Rally Sport Convertible is one of the most desirable first-generation Camaros ever built. Combining sporty styling with open-top driving, it's a car that continues to attract collectors and enthusiasts more than 5 decades later. This example is located in Mason, Ohio, with an asking price of $36,500. According to the seller, it has remained in the same family for over 15 years and is now ready for its next owner. Under the hood is the numbers-matching 327 cubic inch V8, paired with a rare factory 3-speed manual transmission and center console. That combination isn't commonly seen today, making this Camaro a little more unique than many restored examples. The car is also equipped with power steering, power front disc brakes, and features an upgraded Detroit Speed Electric Rally Sport headlight system, replacing the original vacuum-operated setup for improved reliability. The convertible top was professionally replaced about 3 years ago, adding to its overall appeal. Originally finished in British green, the car was later repainted maroon before receiving a 3M flame red vinyl wrap. The seller notes that the wrap still looks good but shows minor shrinkage in a few areas, which is typical as vinyl ages. They also describe the body as exceptionally solid, with clean floors, a solid trunk, and well-installed replacement quarter panels. What I appreciate most is the seller's honesty. They openly mention that the car hasn't been driven much in recent years, recommending a thorough mechanical inspection before long trips. They also point out a missing parking brake cable and worn rear leaf spring bushings, small details that help buyers know exactly what to expect. In my opinion, this 1968 Camaro Rally Sport Convertible offers an excellent balance of originality, thoughtful upgrades, and transparency. With its numbers-matching drivetrain, rare manual transmission, convertible body, and documented ownership history, it looks like a classic that's ready to be enjoyed while still leaving room for its next owner to make it their own. Number 3. The 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS. The 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS has become one of the hottest muscle cars on today's collector market. Its lightweight body, simple styling, and strong V8 performance have made it a favorite for both collectors and street enthusiasts alike. This particular Nova is located in Kingsport, Tennessee, with an asking price of $32,000, although the seller is also open to trades. Finished with a vinyl top, the car is described as having straight body panels, clean paint, and what the seller claims is all original factory sheet metal with no rust or patchwork underneath. Power comes from a 350 cubic inch small block V8 equipped with a mild camshaft, upgraded intake, carburetor, and top-end components. It's backed by a turbo 350 automatic transmission with a shift kit and a 10-bolt Posey rear axle, while power steering and power front disc brakes make it an easy classic to drive. Inside, the seller says virtually everything works, including the gauges, radio, horn, dome light, and even the factory key reminder buzzer. Mechanically, they describe the car as a fly-in-and-drive-home classic that's ready for long trips or weekend car shows without needing additional work. One important note is that, although the seller believes the car is a genuine Nova SS, they cannot verify it with a factory build sheet. In my opinion, that's something any serious buyer should confirm before paying an SS premium. Even so, the car's rust-free condition, upgraded drivetrain, and overall presentation make it an impressive-looking Nova that appears ready to enjoy immediately. Number 4. The 1966 Chevrolet Caprice. What if I told you that for $38,000, you could own a true full-size Chevrolet Survivor powered by a 396 big block V8 and backed by a turbo 400 automatic transmission? This 1966 Chevrolet Caprice is the kind of car you rarely see anymore. According to the seller, it has just over 103,000 miles and remains a genuine survivor rather than a fully restored showpiece. And honestly, that may be its biggest advantage. Finished with bucket seats, a center console, and a floor shifter, this Caprice has a surprisingly sporty factory-style setup for a full-size Chevrolet. Under the hood is the legendary 396 V8, paired with a durable turbo 400 automatic, while a 12-bolt Posey rear end with 3.31 gears helps put the power to the ground. The seller says the car came from Florida, which is encouraging because southern cars often avoid the severe rust issues that affect many northern survivors. It has also received new wheels and tires, giving it a fresh stance without losing its classic character. What I really like about this listing is that it isn't pretending to be perfect. The seller openly mentions that everything works except the wiper motor. That kind of honesty usually tells me the focus has been on maintaining the car rather than creating a flawless trailer queen. And for many enthusiasts, that's exactly the appeal. A Survivor car still carries the feel, sound, and personality of the era in a way that some over-restored cars simply don't. So, is it worth the asking price? In my opinion, yes. A big block 1966 Caprice with bucket seats, console, floor shift, a 12-bolt Posey rear, and documented Florida history is a combination that doesn't appear often. It may not get the same attention as a Chevelle SS. But for someone who appreciates full-size Chevrolet muscle, this Caprice offers rarity, comfort, and big block character in one very appealing package. Number 5. The Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. What if I told you that for just $16,000, you could own a classic Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme with V8 power, low mileage, and timeless American styling? That's a compelling value in today's classic car market. Finished in light blue with white racing stripes, this two-door coupe has plenty of curb appeal. Chrome bumpers, chrome wheels, and radial G/T tires give it the classic muscle car look, while the 442 badging adds even more visual presence. According to the seller, the car is powered by a V8 engine backed by an automatic transmission, and the odometer shows just 40,000 miles. While the listing doesn't confirm whether it's a factory 442, it does present as a clean, well-kept classic that's ready to be enjoyed. So, is it worth the asking price? Personally, I think it offers solid value. For $16,000, you're getting a sharp-looking Cutlass with low indicated mileage, V8 performance, and the kind of styling that never goes out of fashion. If you're searching for an affordable classic that's equally at home at a weekend cruise or a local car show, this Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme is definitely worth a closer look. Number 6. The 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner A14 Spring Special. Some muscle cars are valuable because they're fast. Others are valuable because they're rare. This 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner A14 Spring Special offers both. Listed at $48,000, this isn't just another Roadrunner. It's an A14 Spring Special, a package offered only during the 1969 model year. According to the seller, only about 6 to 7% of all Roadrunner coupes receive this package, making it a much rarer sight than a standard model. Finished in the factory-correct Barracuda orange with a black vinyl roof, this Roadrunner has all the aggressive styling Mopar fans love. Under the hood is the legendary 383 cubic inch high-performance V8, backed by Chrysler's durable torqueflite automatic transmission and a sure grip rear differential, giving it the performance expected from a true late 60s muscle car. The seller says the car has 59,000 miles, runs and drives well, and features a correctly restored interior. It has also received several important maintenance upgrades, including a new fuel system, fresh brakes, new tires, battery, mufflers, and suspension components, making it ready to enjoy. The seller is also honest about its imperfections. It has a few paint bubbles, some cosmetic flaws, and most importantly, it's not numbers matching. Personally, I appreciate that level of transparency because it gives buyers a realistic picture of what they're getting. So, is it worth $48,000? In my opinion, yes, especially if you're looking for a rare, factory-documented roadrunner rather than a perfect show car. The combination of the desirable A14 Spring Special Package, iconic 383 V8, and striking factory color makes this a unique piece of Mopar history. The 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner A14 Spring Special proves that sometimes rarity isn't about having the biggest engine. It's about owning a car that very few people will ever have the chance to park in their garage. Number 7. The 1967 Dodge Coronet 440. Before the legendary Charger became Dodge's biggest muscle car icon, the 1967 Dodge Coronet 440 was already proving that Mopar knew how to build serious performance machines. With its clean body lines and unmistakable V8 attitude, the Coronet has become a favorite among enthusiasts looking for classic muscle with a little less mainstream attention. This example is located in Mount Vernon, New York, with an asking price of $45,999. According to the seller, it's a Texas car that has undergone a rotisserie restoration, meaning the body was completely separated from the frame and restored from top to bottom. Power comes from a built 440 cubic inch V8 fitted with a legendary 6-pack induction setup, delivering the kind of performance Mopar fans dream about. Power is sent through a 727 torqueflite transmission with a manual valve body, while a Dana rear axle with 4.10 gears helps put that power to the pavement. Finished in white over a burgundy interior, the car has a clean, classic appearance that stands out without being overly flashy. The seller also claims the vehicle has no rust or rust repair, thanks to its Texas history, and describes it as a low-mileage example that runs exceptionally well. In my opinion, this 1967 Dodge Coronet offers everything enthusiasts look for in a classic Mopar: serious big block performance, a high-quality restoration, desirable drivetrain upgrades, and an honest rust-free foundation. If the restoration quality matches the seller's description, this is a muscle car built to impress both on the street and at any classic car event. Number 8. The 1966 Plymouth Satellite. The 1966 Plymouth Satellite was one of Mopar's earliest muscle car platforms, and with big block power under the hood, it delivers the kind of performance that helped define the golden age of American performance cars. This particular Satellite is located in Kent, Ohio, with an asking price of $33,000. Finished in silver with a black interior, it's powered by a healthy 440 cubic inch V8 paired with a legendary 727 torqueflite automatic transmission and an 8 3/4 inch rear axle fitted with 3.91 gears. According to the seller, the car runs exceptionally strong and features a clean, well-kept interior along with a solid, clean underbody. It has also been upgraded with electric exhaust cutouts, allowing the driver to switch between a quieter cruising exhaust note and a more aggressive big block sound at the push of a button. The car rides on new wheels and tires, and the seller mentions that additional details and upgrade information are included in the listing photos. One thing to note is that the mileage shown in the advertisement is not accurate, according to the seller. In my opinion, this Satellite offers an excellent blend of classic Mopar styling and serious big block performance. The 440 engine, 727 transmission, and 3.91 rear gears make for a proven combination, while the clean condition and tasteful upgrades suggest it's a car that's ready to be driven and enjoyed. Number 9. The 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. What if I told you that for $32,000, you could own a freshly rebuilt 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu that's already been restored to be driven and enjoyed? This isn't a numbers-matching showpiece that's afraid of the road. According to the seller, this Chevelle was redone within the last 3 years and is proudly described as a driver. For many enthusiasts, That's exactly the kind of classic worth owning. Finished in green with a matching green interior, this chevelle has that unmistakable early 1970s muscle car presence. Under the hood is a fresh 350 cubic inch V8, paired with a TH350 automatic transmission and a new stall converter, providing dependable performance for cruising or weekend car shows. The restoration included much more than just mechanical work. The seller says several new body panels were installed, including everything from the firewall forward along with new rear quarter panels. The braking system has also been refreshed with new brakes, brake lines, and a new master cylinder, while the fuel lines have been replaced as well. The wheels and tires have less than 1,000 miles on them, and the interior has been almost completely redone. The only cosmetic issue mentioned is the driver's door panel, which could eventually be replaced. There's also a small leak at the gas tank filler neck, and while the factory radio remains in place, the speakers have been removed. What I appreciate most is the seller's honesty. Rather than claiming the car is flawless, they point out the few remaining imperfections while making it clear that this is a classic built to drive, not just to admire. So, is it worth the asking price? In my opinion, yes. For $32,000, you're getting a restored chevelle with a fresh small block V8, updated mechanicals, solid bodywork, and a car that's already sorted out enough to enjoy immediately. Because sometimes the best classic isn't the one that's perfect. It's the one you're confident enough to take out on the highway every weekend. Number 10. The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. What if I told you that for $38,500, you could own a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu that's built to be driven and enjoyed, not just admired from a distance? That's exactly what this classic offers. Finished in a beautiful turquoise blue with a black bucket seat interior, this chevelle has the timeless muscle car look everyone recognizes. Under the hood is a dependable 350 small block V8, paired with a turbo 353-speed automatic transmission, delivering the classic V8 sound and smooth cruising experience enthusiasts love. According to the seller, this is not a show car, it's a driver. They describe it as having no rust anywhere, no patch panels, and a strong running engine with a great sounding exhaust. Inside, you'll find tasteful upgrades including a Bluetooth stereo, tachometer, auxiliary gauges, upgraded speakers, and a center console with a floor-mounted shifter, making it more enjoyable for modern cruising. The seller also mentions that the car was originally equipped with air conditioning and admits there are still a few small finishing touches left to complete. I actually appreciate that honesty because it gives buyers a realistic picture of what they're getting. So, is it worth the asking price? Personally, I think it is. If you're looking for a solid chevelle that you can drive regularly without worrying about keeping it locked away, this 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu delivers classic styling, reliable V8 performance, and modern comfort in one attractive package. Number 11. The 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass S Fastback. The 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass S Fastback is one of those classics that often flies under the radar. While many enthusiasts chase the legendary 442, the Cutlass S offers the same unmistakable styling at a much more approachable price. This example is listed for $18,000, and although the seller describes it as a project, it sounds like a very usable one. Power comes from Oldsmobile's 350 Rocket V8, paired with an automatic transmission. It also features a 4-barrel carburetor and true dual exhaust, giving the car the deep V8 rumble every muscle car should have. According to the seller, the engine starts every time, runs smoothly, doesn't overheat, and the car drives and stops without issues. Even more importantly, the frame, floors, and undercarriage are all described as rust-free, a huge advantage when shopping for a 1970 muscle car. The interior is another highlight. The seller rates it a 9 out of 10, with no ripped seats, no sagging headliner, and overall very good condition. On the downside, the paint isn't perfect, there's no air conditioning, and the seller admits it looks better from 20 feet away than it does up close. Personally, I'd rather have solid mechanicals and a rust-free body than shiny paint hiding expensive problems. So, is it worth $18,000? In my opinion, yes. Considering the healthy 350 Rocket V8, rust-free structure, strong running drivetrain, and clean interior, this Cutlass S offers plenty of value. It leaves room for cosmetic improvements while still being enjoyable to drive today. The 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass S Fastback may not wear a 442 badge, but it delivers classic muscle-era styling, dependable V8 performance, and one of the best values you'll find in the world of vintage American cars. Number 12. The 1968 Ford Mustang Convertible. Few cars capture the spirit of late 1960s America quite like the 1968 Ford Mustang Convertible. With its timeless styling and open-top driving experience, it's a classic that continues to attract enthusiasts of all ages. This example is located in Houghton Lake, Michigan, with an asking price of $39,750. According to the seller, it's a one-owner car showing just 78,150 miles, an impressive detail for a Mustang that's now well over half a century old. Finished in light green with a black interior and topped with a tan convertible roof, this Mustang has a color combination that gives it a distinctive look compared to the more common red or blue examples. Chrome wheels add a touch of extra style while maintaining its classic appearance. The car is equipped with an automatic transmission, making it an easy and comfortable cruiser. The seller describes it as super clean for its age, and notes that the trunk includes a spare tire along with a Kenwood amplifier for upgraded audio. While the listing doesn't provide extensive mechanical details, the emphasis is clearly on the car's clean condition, low ownership history, and overall presentation. Those qualities are often just as important as performance when shopping for a classic convertible. In my opinion, this 1968 Ford Mustang Convertible is the kind of classic built for relaxing weekend drives with the top down. Between its one-owner history, attractive color combination, and well-preserved appearance, it looks like a Mustang that's ready to be enjoyed while continuing to hold its place as one of America's most iconic classic cars. Number 13. The 1966 Ford Mustang Convertible. The 1966 Ford Mustang Convertible remains one of the most iconic American classics ever built. Combining timeless styling with open-air driving and V8 performance, it's easy to understand why these first-generation Mustangs continue to attract enthusiasts around the world. This particular Mustang is located in Saginaw, Michigan, with an asking price of $30,000. Showing just over 33,000 miles, it's a two-owner car with a clean title and a 4-speed manual transmission, making it especially appealing for drivers who enjoy a more engaging experience behind the wheel. Under the hood is a rebuilt 289 cubic inch V8, bored 30 thousandths over and upgraded with rebuilt 302-cylinder heads, a 3/4 performance cam, a high-rise Colt intake manifold, headers, dual exhaust, a Mallory distributor, and a 390 Ford carburetor. Together, these upgrades give the classic small-block Ford noticeably stronger performance while maintaining its vintage character. The seller also notes several recent improvements, including a new convertible top, aluminum radiator, cooling fan, complete brake service, wheel bearings, and an upgraded Kenwood audio system. To add further confidence, the car was professionally appraised in June 2026 at $31,100, slightly above the current asking price. In my opinion, this Mustang strikes a great balance between originality and tasteful performance upgrades. With its rebuilt V8, 4-speed manual, recent maintenance, and professional appraisal, it looks like a well-sorted classic that's ready to be driven and enjoyed from day one. Number 14. The 1966 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. What if I told you that for $28,500, you could own a 1966 Impala SS with a 4-speed manual transmission that's already been updated where it matters most? This 1966 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport strikes a nice balance between originality and drivability. Finished in gray with a turquoise interior, it stands out from the typical red or black muscle car while still keeping its unmistakable mid-1960s Chevrolet style. Under the hood is a 327 cubic inch V8, paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. It's a classic combination that delivers plenty of V8 character while giving the driver full control through the gears. According to the seller, this Impala has received an impressive amount of recent maintenance. The suspension has been completely renewed, front and rear, along with a front disc brake conversion for improved stopping power. It also has new tires, a new radiator, hoses, fuel pump, gas tank, and fresh carpet in both the cabin and trunk. The original carburetor has been replaced with a Holley 700, and the seller says the engine starts easily, runs crisply, and drives like a new car. Rather than needing another restoration, this sounds like a classic that's ready to hit the road. Another detail I like is that the seller has owned the car for 6 years and originally purchased it from Tennessee, noting that it has very minimal rust. They also kept the original badging and door handles, giving the next owner the option to return the car closer to factory specification if desired. So, is it worth the asking price? In my opinion, absolutely. A 1966 Impala SS with a 327 V8, 4-speed manual, solid underpinnings, and thousands of dollars in recent mechanical upgrades offers a lot of classic Chevrolet for the money. It's not just a car that looks good parked. It's one that's been prepared to be driven and enjoyed every chance you get. Number 15. The 1980 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham d'Elegance. What if I told you that for just $7,000, you could own a full-size luxury Cadillac with only 65,000 original miles and a rust-free Georgia body? That's a lot of classic luxury for the money. Finished in black with a tan interior, this 1980 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham d'Elegance delivers the smooth ride and comfort Cadillac was famous for. Under the hood is the 368 cubic inch V8, paired with an automatic transmission, and according to the seller, the car starts, runs, and drives perfectly. In fact, they recently drove it all the way from Georgia to Connecticut without any problems. Mechanically, it's received plenty of recent attention, including new brakes, brand new white-wall tires, a new carburetor, a complete tune-up, fresh front-end components, a new alignment, and a rebuilt rear end with new seals and gaskets. The seller is also honest about the few things that still need attention. The windshield is cracked, the wipers don't work, and the heater and air conditioning controls need repair. It also needs new trunk and door seals, but replacement parts are readily available. So, is it worth the asking price? Personally, I think it's an excellent value. For $7,000, you're getting a rust-free, low-mileage Cadillac that's already had significant mechanical work completed and is ready to be enjoyed with just a few finishing touches. If you've always wanted to experience classic American luxury without spending a fortune, this 1980 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham d'Elegance is definitely worth a closer look.